uniforms paid for like that by the athletic boosters. Really appreciate it. We have the motion on the table. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Motion carries by a vote of 5-0. Subcommittee updates. All right, we already know the policy subcommittee met on April 10th. And again, thank them for their good work as far as the reviewing the policies and making the recommendations. We have a subcommittee schedule, the athletic subcommittee scheduled to meet tomorrow, April 24th at 12:30. The NORCAM board meeting, April 26th at 7 p.m. The evaluation subcommittee, May 8th at 6:30 p.m. And the policy subcommittee will meet May 23rd at 5 p.m. Administrative report.
I have one piece of information I'd like to pass out to you, if you could just take one and pass it along. I just want to reiterate that the North Reading Police Department has pulled together a community impact team, and along with North Reading Youth Services, the North Reading School Department, North Reading Parks and Recreation, and the North Reading Board of Selectmen. We've been meeting over the last several months to talk about quality of life issues that are being faced by residents in North Reading, and have identified a particular focus for our first action, and it will be a drug awareness seminar that will be held on May 9th, 2012, from 7 to 9 p.m. in the North Reading High School auditorium. There's quite a lineup of speakers that will attend the evening and present to the public. And I think it will be a compelling message for anyone that can attend to attend this presentation. I really want to commend Chief of Police Mike Murphy for the work that he has put into pulling this community impact team together, and for beginning to develop some ways to educate the public on some quality of life issues in the town.
Thank you. Any comments?
Kathy, I'm sorry if I missed this, but will this also be presented to the high school students?
This is in the evening for parents. High school students will be able to attend with their parents, but due to the nature of some of the content, I believe the chief said it wouldn't be appropriate for any students younger than high school aged. There will be some people speaking about addiction who have faced the challenges of that illness, and they'll be speaking very frankly. So the chief is feeling that it would be appropriate for high school age students and above. But this will not be taking place during the day. It's a whole lineup of people that are representing different fields that deal with drug addiction and drug awareness. So it takes place at night.
Okay, anything else on the administrative report?
No.
Any correspondence you want to share?
One piece of correspondence that I'm passing out to you now. This is a letter from Mary Piketty, who's the Director of Construction Management for the Mass School Building Authority. And I'm pleased to say that, this is a letter from Christine Lynch, who's the Director of School Governance and Facility Support, to Mary Piketty, indicating that the special education report that had been submitted to the Department of Education has been approved. This was the final step in having the project, the PFA, the Project Finance Agreement, being issued by MSBA. And I just received an email from MSBA prior to this meeting indicating that the PFA agreement is in the mail. So we're, again, moving ahead with the project. This was a very important step, and it has now been completed.
This is great, except I don't like the way the first sentence reads. It reads to support a high school addition to the existing middle school. I mean, I understand. I'm sure they have all the plans right and everything, but that's not what we're
As long as they send
doing
money.
here.
As long as they send money.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's right. But I guess that caught my eye the minute I saw this letter. So I don't know if
I've
there's.
been struggling with trying to clarify that since the day we started
Yeah.
the project.
I'm sure there's no problems there, but. Right?
Okay.
Where there's no problems there, no. It's the interpretation of one department from another department.
They can call it pea soup if they want, as long as we get to build it.
Okay, anything else?
That is it.
Following committee meetings are scheduled: Monday, April 30th at 7 p.m., the middle school library; Monday, May 7th at 7 p.m., the middle school library. And that's going to be the meeting where we're going to do the public interviews for the finalists for the Director of Finance and Operations position. And then we have a meeting scheduled for Monday, May 21st at 7 p.m. at the middle school library.
Question on the May 7th meeting. should we have I'm assuming we'll need an executive session because our next negotiations with the teachers is May 3rd. So I think we'll want to update the school committee. And should we also have some sort of pre-meeting? It doesn't have to be executive session, but should we start earlier for the committee to discuss questions? And are we going to have a meeting so each committee member isn't asking the same question of the
You know, Mel, I
candidates?
think that that's a good idea, and I think that we could probably handle it in some type of an executive session prior to
Right.
the meeting.
Okay.
So maybe if do people object to being there at 6:15 maybe, to have a little
Yeah,
bit
make
more
it
extended?
5.
The problem is because Cliff can only be a part of it, so
Yeah.
we need to make sure we structure.
I'm not gonna be there.
Oh, you're not gonna be there at all?
I think you ought to start
Okay.
at 5.
Start at 5.
If, I was thinking if we started at 6:15.
6:15?
6:15?
We could get through at least a discussion
I'll
of.
try.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to get there at 6:15.
Michael, no?
Mike, no? No?
What would be the earliest? Because I haven't scheduled the interviews yet, so I could back that up. 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock's the earliest you can get there? All right. All right, well, look, let's put the executive session on, as Mel suggested, at 6:30 then.
I
and,
mean, we always do it before the meeting. We used to do it after meetings. I mean, if we have to. I'd like Mike to be able to attend. Can we do it after?
Well, we can do both. I mean, if we're gonna do it before, we wanna talk about the
I know.
process for the questions, and we could schedule one
Yeah.
before and one after, do one, that's a good idea. Do one at 6:30, and we'll do one afterwards to summarize the
I just want to make sure Mike is present. for
collective
the-
bargaining.
Yeah, we can do the one
Discussion.
after
Yeah,
for
for
collective
collective
bargaining. Yeah.
Does that sound okay?
Could I just
Yeah.
make the comment?
Yep.
The interviews will be completed by our next school committee meeting, which is the 30th. At that particular time, I can bring proposed questions for you. We can have a conversation at the
Okay.
next school committee
Okay.
meeting. And then, again, I'll take your feedback
Okay,
away.
that's good.
Pull together
Mhm.
the
All right, that
list.
works, actually, that works fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
So maybe we don't have to have, okay, good.
Any other business anybody wants to discuss before we adjourn?
Oh, I want to bring up, Kathy sent around an email today. They've been getting more press than I think anything I've seen out of North Reading, which is the Batchelder School group of, I think they're,
Mel, is that the second time they
they
Not
haven't gone
national.
this far before.
haven't gone this far?
Are
But
they
if-
third graders, fifth
The first time.
graders?
This is, every year, teacher Bill Cassell is the advisor to the Explorer Vision that's sponsored by Toshiba. And for the last 9 years, he has been facilitating this. Out of those 9 years, 7 of those years, our students in third grade have been regional winners. At one time in that 7-year period, our students were second place winners nationally. This is the first time that we have a group of students that are first place winners who are moving on to Washington, D.C.
And it's
Very
gotten,
exciting.
it's gotten some pretty
Yeah,
good
they've been in the-
publicity
they've
in the
been in
Boston
Globe
Globe.
a couple
and-
times.
yeah,
They've been,
local
on,
newspapers, yeah.
I think they were on television. I think I saw them on Channel
So what
7.
would you expect?
I didn't see that.
I saw them on television. I don't know, I was either 7 or 25.
Well, Mr. Cassell does a good job. He's an interesting character over there, and he's the one that's behind the wheat fields and all that stuff. So congratulations to him and to the batch.
So I just wanted to raise that because that's a great
It
accomplishment. for
is,
those
it really
kids.
is. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll have a
So
motion to
moved.
adjourn. With motion by Cliff.
Second.
Second by Mel. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Motion carries 5-0.
Kathy? No.